Hello everyone, and welcome to Tabletop Tavern. I actually played this game a bit, so I'm actually on level 2 Squire now. I played as the Sanguine Court, as their first character, which unlocks some interesting things, like different alternatives to characters that you could pick, so I could pick this instead. It's really cool overall, and it's very similar to a game that I played previously, Sovel, but this has a lot more inspirations from Total War, and yeah, there's a ton of interesting things here. It's a more simplified system, but it's a roguelike RTS tabletop simulator, I guess. That's the best way to describe it. No turns in this game. It's a RTS, so yeah, a couple of important statistics about this right now is that melee attack, how hard a unit attacks, melee defense, how well they defend from attacks, weapon strength, the strength of those attacks, armor, how well they protect themselves from the hits, speed, how fast the unit moves, leadership, how well the unit performs in battle, you know, how long it takes before they run away, a charge bonus, useful when you're attacking an enemy unit, although there are times when this is negated, charge bonus, that's charge impact damage. I don't exactly know the calculations for this, but that's roughly how it works. You know, whenever you charge into something, you get the charge bonus and you get the charge impact. Not all units have this, as you can see. These Wraiths, they don't have a charge impact bonus, so that's only something for units that have it. You can mix and match these after you win a game, so that's really interesting. And also, the difficulty is basically game-based. It's not per faction, which is really important. And let's begin this game. Hello everyone, and welcome to Contractual DV. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and let's begin right then. So, this is second difficulty level, so it's the Squire level, I guess. Doesn't really do all that much. Auto battles no longer show you how much health you're going to lose. I don't really care about that. I don't really like auto battles anyway. I usually fight most of my battles, and I'm going to do one act per game. Heavy weapons, rare units, gain armor piercing. This is really good, although it only come in useful towards the end of the game. This will be very useful. And there is a progression element outside of this game. So you could, over time, save up money and then you could send it. So let's roll for the initiative. But as I was saying, you could save some money and send it off basically into the overworld map, which you could then spend on upgrading your campaigns in general. So you could bring in more items, you could start off with more money, you could gain an additional slot. That basically just drastically makes the campaign easier, depending on what you get. Sometimes it's just an additional 2 gold at the start, sometimes it's actually something useful. And for archers, I always recommend that you use fire at will mode, because the games just, you know, don't just last long enough for you to not use it, so you should just always use it by default. And let's charge in, let's send these guys in to charge, and you should always be aiming to charge into the enemies. Yeah, it's just so much better if you do charge in. Let's look at these. So, I think it's K. There we go. Oh my gosh, look at those giant lizards. Look at them jumping. Oh wow. So apparently, my kobold units prestige every single time there's 5 of them. But, you know, okay, I think that's enough. Let's charge you into there. Okay, you actually charge into the archers. You charge into here. So it starts off easy, but then later in the game it gets a lot harder, and my skirmishers actually ran out of ammo, which is fine. As you can see, by the time they ran out of ammo, the battle was basically over, so that's why I recommend that you use double fire on them, always. Just fire at will mode, times 2 fire rate, minus 20% accuracy. The accuracy doesn't really matter. I wouldn't really recommend that you try to save your arrows. I mean, like, there's been a fair few battles where the battle has actually lasted longer than a minute, but most of the time it's actually rather quick. So even though I want the Diraptors, I want to see what this kobold upgrading thing is all about, prestiging. So I'll save that for now. I could conscript some units, Traxo brood units heal up. I don't need the healing, so I guess I'll just take some runs, because the goblin units, they're not great. Later on I might take some goblin units for myself, but not right now. Health. Okay, let's try this. 12, that's a pass. So one of my archers got prestiged. Okay, I'll accept that. No reason for me to do anything else. Let's go to another event. Oh no, this is a battle. Okay, so yeah, I want to see if I actually prestige my units after this. Okay, come on. yeah, I've just been having terrible luck with the initiatives, but whatever. This is beneficial to me because this is blue. If it was red, then it'll be beneficial for the enemies. Actually, these cobbled balls are not the same as this one. Or are they? I think I'm going crazy. They are the same. Okay, cool. Group these guys up. Again, always turn on the fire at will. There's no reason to save ammo. You're never going to use it after the battle. The ammo basically doesn't carry over after battle, so might as well use it all. And yeah, I played the Undead, and the thing that I learned from them was the fact that Prestige actually doesn't do anything. Prestige is completely useless. You're just better off just doing whatever is necessary to basically win the game. So prestiging units is useless. It's better to just actually spend all your money on getting epic rarity units rather than trying to prestige a unit, because to prestige a unit you need 3 of one type, which means that to prestige this guy I need to accumulate all 3 of these guys into one unit, which that sounds easy. But then what you're also forgetting is that to prestige it again I need to accumulate another 6 units to upgrade them into tier 1 prestige, and then I could upgrade 3 tier 1 prestiges into a tier 2 prestige, and it's just so unnecessary. It's such a long-winded way to get stronger units. Therefore, the best way to play this game is to just get higher rarity units rather than just prestiging units. There is no reason in prestiging. So actually, this guy got prestige. That's really interesting. I did not expect that. Okay, let's get another Kobold Brawler. Yeah, let's do that. Then I can prestige this guy. As you can see, to prestige him again, I'll need 5 more Kobold Brawlers plus this guy. Basically, it's completely useless because if you look at this guy, he has no stats over here. Basically, that means that he's useless for all intents and purposes. Which is why I don't really want a prestige units. It's just better to get higher rarity units, as I've said before. So let's roll for initiative again. Let's hope I get a better unit this time. I got a 3, so I still lose. That's fine. I don't really have any... What's the word? I don't really have any, I guess, charging cavalry units, so this negates charge bonus is completely useless to me. I think this guy has it. Yeah, he has charge impact, so maybe this guy might want to be on the flanks, but everyone else can just kind of continue doing their thing because they don't have charge impact bonus. And obviously, don't forget with these guys, fire at will. As always, very important. And maybe it wasn't the best to prestige a unit because then I kind of lose the benefit of it. You know, having a wider fire line. And these guys' strengths just aren't that great. If you look at them, the blue, I guess the green stuff is the prestige bonus. It's not ideal, all things considered. Let's see if I can fire on these guys. I'm pretty sure these guys should do quite well in melee. I mean, these guys lose their charge bonus, so they're not going to be as effective. It's a bit of a downside. And we'll see how this goes. I feel like I'm going to lose here. But then again, the forest also provides missile defense. So technically these archers should be doing less damage to me because I'm in the forest. And yeah, because they're archers, they're losing quite handily to my swords. Because we are lizardmen, all of our units are kind of elite, so even these like forest lizardmen, they're doing quite well as well. So that's quite nice. Scale bow kobolds, they're doing quite fine against these dire wolves. Let's did we charge in? Yeah, we did. Yeah, let's try to charge in. Charge in here. Actually, you charge into the back of these because the what are these? The brutes, they're not having a good time. So far the enemies have not come back from routing. That could be something important to know later on. Okay, we got another uncommon unit over here. That's good. Just right next to the brutes. As I've said, better to get uncommons than it is to get anything else. There we go. Uncommon armored direwolves. That'll be useful, even though the direwolves didn't prove to be all that useful. These armored direwolves definitely held their own against the brutes, even though they, in the end, would have lost the game. It's quite good to just buy us some time. So this is the shop. There's a bunch of potions here. This could be nice. Heals a unit for max health. But I already have some potions over here. Minor healing potion. I actually might use this on these guys because they start off at half health after you recruit them from the enemy, so that can be useful. I could get another one if I really wanted to. I could save it for later and then maybe get a potion, but you could sell the potions at any point, so that's why I like potions so much. The gear pack, should I gamble on a gear pack? The common unit packs are useless. I wouldn't recommend buying them. Let's see if we can get something good from the gear pack. And it's a blue. It's a blue. Very nice. Reduce the cost of uncommon unit packs by 10. Maybe that'll come in useful next shop. I highly doubt that. I don't need that right now. Not in stage 1. I'll probably need it in stage 2 and 3. That's when I noticed I have a lot of trouble. Especially stage 2. I could wager here. I don't have any dice modification spells, so I'll probably have to... I'll bet small. Come on. Tie. That's useless. I didn't get anything out of that. Except for some interest on my money. This is a unique mechanic. So, and then you could fight these garrisons, but the garrisons are behind a wall, which does make it harder to, like, win a battle. But we'll fight it. It's against skeletons. Skeletons are kind of bad units. You're supposed to prestige them, but the undead feature... The undead feature for the skeletons doesn't actually work as intended. I've had a lot of trouble when it comes to prestiging undead, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. Let's send these guys over here into the wall. So yeah, these towers are going to do a lot of damage. Something to bear in mind. I like to attack the side towers. It seems to have the most effect. Yeah, switch these to fire at will. No point in holding back, as I've said before. And I haven't prestige any other units since then. So yeah, it looks like I do need 5 of these kobold units for me to gain the random prestige effect, but then again, the kobold units aren't that useful. And the red horns, they're not kobolds, so I guess I'm no longer going to be getting benefits from my hero's abilities. But I'm not too bothered about that. As you can see, taking damage from just trying to break into the doors. Let's try to charge these guys in. So these guys are the elites, so they should be taking less damage. You can't actually break down the walls, so you have to go through basically through this entrance. No, actually, you go in. I want you to back out because you're damaged heavily. And as you can see, the range here isn't great. That's because we're in fog. But once the gates are destroyed, you can basically attack anyone over here. They should start firing their arrows. So should these guys. Let's actually move them back slightly. So yeah, as you can see, we're absolutely destroying the skeletons. And even though they're spears, we're absolutely decimating them. And spears should be good against monstrous infantry. But because they're skeletons and we have an uncommon unit, it just destroys the spears anyway. Which destroys the whole point of just having lower rarity units, because you just get the higher rarity units and they just destroy everything. Where's these guys? You continue attacking these guys. But yeah, just no reason to get anything other than what you have right now. Because, yeah, uncommons don't do anything, so you just go for higher rarities. The higher rarities just destroy everything. Because they have more bonuses and more buffs, and they just have better stats. So the low rarity units don't even work as chaff anymore because of how quickly they just fold. Like these skeletons put up no fight against some archers, and the brutes. The brutes basically handled everything. The archers, they don't really do that much, especially in fog. Even though they used up all their arrows, they basically just were completely and utterly just there for aesthetical reasons. Most of the damage was done by the brutes. No synced animations, but it is quite fun to watch the brutes launch enemies into the air. Look at that. They're getting some flying skills, you know. Learning to fly, the skeletons are. Oh my gosh, this shakes so much. I'd prefer it to be like over here, and that's battle 1. As you can see, did quite well. Then obviously I can move a unit into their, I guess, reserve here, and then they can heal up over time. Loot gear. This is how you get most of your gear. Okay, this is quite good. Because I can sell it immediately for 6. Conscript survivors. The rates are really nice. The whole ethereal thing makes them really good for tanking. And then you can deposit gold for future runs. I'm not going to do that right now because if I enter a shop later on, this could be useful. Do I want to go to camp and rest? No, I think another battle is necessary. So this is how you get most of your units. You just hire the enemy units and then you put them in reserves. They heal up in the next battle and then you just drop them into your own army. That's how I play this game. So yeah, as you can see, nothing much happened there. let's get that here. Move this here. And that's a really quick battle. Claim bounty. Recruit a unit. Let's see. Nothing rare, I guess, but I'll get another kobold. See if we can prestige a random unit if we get 5 of these. Yeah, we have 5 of these. That should be fine. Let's recruit a enemy unit. Yep, there we go. And this goes straight into... yeah, sure, why not? Let's actually drink this on these guys over here. These little card shops, they don't actually help you anyway. So, yep. Too expensive. Let's get an uncommon pack. This is what I wanted anyway. Craft riders, really cool. They get Vanguard deployment because they are outriders, so they can actually deploy anywhere on the map except for the enemy deployment area, which is really useful for getting rid of cannons, which is why I'll take them. They'll be really handy later on in the game. Let's spend some money on the chest. Hopefully something nice. It's a blue. Prestige a random unit when sold. When sold. Okay. So I want to save this for later. Yeah, I'll save this for later when I actually have decent units. I don't want to be prestiging these random kobolds. As you can see, I can't prestige this guy because these guys aren't the same prestige as this guy, which means that this guy is completely useless because he gets outskilled by this guy who just has armor piercing and shielded. Meanwhile, this guy has absolutely nothing. And this guy also has more health when he's fully healed. Oops, so no reason for lower rarities. But the strategy-wise, this is quite fun. Okay. I don't actually think I should enter the town and fight. Although, no, I don't want to enter and fight. Because these guys are too high level, and it's going to be a slog to fight them. It's just necessary, so I might as well heal up all my units. Recruit a random unit, just barely have enough for that. Let's go. Illyrian Sentinels. Anti-large. You see how many buffs these guys have? They have armor piercing, anti-large, armored, and stalwart. It's an absolute massive amount of buffs, basically. Yeah, just do something like this. I'm going to keep these guys for now. Let's see if I prestige anything else. Yeah, and these guys got prestige as well. So I just want to keep a bunch of random kobolds somewhere so they can continue prestiging themselves. That's my character's buff. I still don't want to use this. I want to use this in like Act 3 or something. I have no gold to deposit, so I might as well leave. And yep, final battle of Act 1. Let's play. Oof, yeah, let's fight. Auto-resolve will instantly lose you this, so never press this. Even though this is quite a difficulty, you can't auto-resolve these battles. The Horde battle, the final battle in an act, will always result in your loss in an auto-resolve, so never do this. Very important. Well, for initiative, this is quite nice because we start off in a forest. Okay, we'll lose that. So it looks like we are going to have to use the forest because just don't have any sort of defenses, I guess, in general. I think this is all my infantry. I want to keep these guys on the edges. Actually swap them out for this edge. So these guys will be on here. And these guys will be over here because there's a forest here and there's a forest here and they can't make use of their charge bonus. Okay, these guys, again, archers in the back. Group them up and always fire at will. No negative effects. Then it would be starting off over here, so I could spawn my units. Where is it? I guess these guys don't. Do something like this. These guys have charge impact as well, so I don't want them to be on the sides. Okay, let's see how this goes. Let's charge over here. Who are these guys? Okay, these guys are going to get destroyed. I want these guys to be armor piercing. I want these guys to charge here. I want my archers to focus on the giant. Okay, I want these guys to charge in here. I actually want these guys to go... Do I want them to go around? Yeah, I want them to go around because then I want them to charge into the giant. These guys will charge into here. These guys will charge into here. But these guys will charge into the spears because the spears are uncommon. But they're going to be fighting 2 units, so, you know, whatever, they're just going to get annihilated. I really hope that these uncommons can defend themselves over here. While the elite, epic unit, I guess, epic unit comes in here to deal with these guys. No charge bonus because these archers are in the forest, but because they are uncommon. Oh no, they're common. Because they are common, they just straight up lose against these uncommon outriders. This will be a really quick battle, all things considered. I want these immediately to go into the back of those, because if you flank a unit, their morale basically gets annihilated. And because their morale gets annihilated, basically makes it so much easier to win a game. I don't know about these... where did these guys come from? What? Oh, they came from behind. Oh dear, that's a problem. My entire archer unit just got routed. Okay. I want all of you to charge those guys. I want you to go around. I want you to charge into these guys as well. Okay, so I might have mismanaged this, because I might have not seen where all the enemy units are. I actually lost all these archers, which is quite bad. I'm actually surprised that these guys got spawning behind, Outrider. That they could come in from behind where I couldn't see them. That's really interesting. But here we are. We're flanking them. Those guys completely lost. And now these guys lost as well. And that's GG. Because we flanked them, they lost all their morale. Their leadership fell down to 0 and they routed. So don't forget to like and subscribe to Contractual DV. And I'll see you next episode. Bye bye.